Engineering leaders have access to a lot of engineering tools, engineering metrics across Git, Jira, and other dashboards. How Signals AI is different. So we just don't tell you what is your metrics. That is just our starting point. Example, if you look at all these Git metrics, we show it across different dimensions. What's your speed, quality, throughput, and collaboration. And the most important part is what you do with this metric. If you want to improve this metric, what do I do? So that's where Signals AI becomes more useful. So it tells you what is your primary bottleneck to move from the current level to the next level. If you want to move this 12 medium PRs to the next level, your review time is the primary bottleneck. All the PRs is the review problem. And even in that, is there any oversized problem? So there are like 42% of the PRs which are oversized has taken longer time compared to the right size PRs. It also tells you there is a merge time problem as well. And the most importantly, there are like 25 needs focused PRs. In this, you need to understand what is is it outliers or is there a systemic problem? Systemic problems you need to address, otherwise this keeps repeating. So in terms of systemic patterns, it tells you is there a problem with the repository, is there a problem with the process or an author, and things like that. It also gives you what's really working well in your teams. Are we doing right size PRs? Is there any author who's doing well? Is there any reviewer who's doing well? And things like that. Now, imagine that you can actually get granular details in terms of PR to understand what's the overall breakup of your time to market. It tells you how much are you spending in coding, pickup and review and merge. All those insights are available in this metric. Similarly, you pick any metric and then you'll be able to understand, for example, if you want to see how many revisions are we doing as a team, how much rework are we doing as a team, then you'll be able to know that as well. So there are like 59 PRs where follow-ups were required, and there's the most follow-up, which PR were the most follow-ups, who was the most followed up author. So you can actually have objective conversations with the team to understand from this data. You'll be able to drive the efficiencies in terms of rework also. It also gives you whether is it because of large PRs. It clearly tells you large PRs have worsened your PR revisions. And also there is a few author which you need to speak to and few repositories you need to address to actually improve this metric. And similarly, you would be able to understand that a throughput, who's your top contributor, whether the throughput is equally distributed, in case if there is any low throughput weeks, what is the reason, and all those information is available. Week on week, you'll be also able to look at your distribution. And same thing with respect to collaboration as well. You have a review process, whether you're doing qualitative reviews or quantitative reviews, and also is there a 46% of your reviewer weeks are below your median review weeks, right? So and that's the pattern that it found. And it also tells you is there an author problem, this particular author has always had most reviews. You may need to have a objective conversation with it. How is the review load looking? And also week on week data to understand your review process. Similarly, when you connect dots from, for example, Jira also has other set of metrics wherein are your planning, is your planning better? Are you able to execute it well? And are you able to proactively identify risk? So all these information is available to you. The best part is you don't actually have to come to this Signals platform to understand any of these metrics. Everything is available for you in your MS Teams or Slack. So you get a morning brief, you get a stand-up card and everything which clearly tells you what's the next action item, and from there you can actually act on it. So wherein you can avoid this context switches, talking to multiple people, all those interventions for you is completely automated. And it also clearly tells you what are the attention areas. Connecting with your Git metrics, it tells you your attention areas, your process gap, your observations, and what's going well. Typically, we spend a lot of time doing this in our retrospectives after the sprint is over. Signals AI does it during the sprint itself, and also it also pushes you in your daily MS all these insights in MS Teams or Slack. So there is then there is one more problem. So now who's going to act on it? Somebody has to act on all these metrics, right? So that's where Delivery Genie comes into play. So in terms of Delivery Genie, you will see which states are actually working well for you, which states are slowing you down across your both Git and Jira. And here it also clearly tells you, let's say if you want to improve your code review stage, and you would see what is your current P75. And if you want to improve, and Signals AI clearly suggests you what is your current P75, what is the threshold you can keep, and what's your P50. So you can come and enable this workflow for you, or you can also configure like more additional conditions and things like that to actually intervene at the right time. So whenever code review is actually stalling your overall velocity, This identifies this workflow state. Depending on the thresholds, it automatically intervenes. Not just the right reviewer. If the reviewer is busy, it automatically understand from your project pattern, talks to the next reviewer, get the PR reviewed, closes the loop there. All these things happens through our MS Teams and Slack. For example, this is how you see all the actions. It comes, all these cards just comes to you as a morning brief, and also you can directly follow from here. When you check this box, automatically comments get added to Jira, so you don't have to go to Jira and add all these things automatically or autonomously, right? So this is how it becomes more powerful when it actually actions and closes the loop. Now you don't actually have to depend on your engineering manager or project manager or a technical lead to do this grunt work, because they all already doing some firefighting. They all hate this grunt work, and it saves a lot of their time in terms of daily follow-ups, making sure the team is updating it properly. Everything Signals agents automatically takes care and autonomously drive your execution process through these interventions and agents that you already have.